And we are live.
Okay, so now we are finally live here on the Road Dog Coffee Podcast. Spencer, how you doing this morning, my friend?
I'm good. Just a little bummed our little redheaded friend didn't with us. And
we're Pedro-less this morning.
Yeah. He had a little unfortunate incident with his computer getting hacked.
And, that is just the worst. That is the absolute worst. So the production quality of today's show is going to drop just a hair because I have to sit here and mess with all the different cues in order to get everything going right. But you know what? That's okay. I don't mind too much. In fact, let's go ahead and run the intro while we still have the chance.
Everybody go fill their cups.
Everyone, yeah, please go top off your cups and be back in about 30 seconds, will you?
Yep. We are back.
It is another wonderful Thursday morning. I hope everyone has their coffee and is ready to talk trucking, the latest that's going on out here. Let's go ahead and go around the room real quick and say hi to everybody else that's here. The real Mr. Spencer. How you doing this morning?
Morning, gentlemen. Just living.
Have you ever noticed when you say that his face just kind of lights up? He smiles like a little kid that got caught.
It's funny. It's funny that even though it's your show, I'm the real Mr. Spencer.
I know.
Just tickles me a little.
You ought to shave your head and dye it blonde.
I'm gonna dye it red. I'm gonna be Pedro Jr. over here
with the white stash.
There you go.
That's right.
Yes, a redhead and a white stash. You do honor both Jeff and Pedro. Speaking of the oldest man in logistics, Mr. Dickinson, how are you doing this morning?
Wonderful, my friends. How about you?
I can't complain, though I have to admit in my new show, they call me the oldest guy, and they say that I'm the one who built the pyramids. I have to keep reminding them that I was simply your assistant holding the stone tablet, carving out the instructions.
I'm freed. Fantastic.
You'll never be free.
Oh, I am.
No. No. Until that glorious mustache is back on your face, Jeff, you will not be free.
Yeah, you're on suspension until the mustache is back.
That's right.
Jesus.
You're not allowed to speak.
JR, can you still hear us? I know you're not on the screen, but I think his audio is still good. He's out there in the truck actually working today.
Oh, the camp counselor ran away again, huh?
Yeah, he's out there. I think for the next week, he said, trying to take care of business, and that's one of the cool things about when you're an owner. If you're an owner and you actually get out of the office and jump into a truck from time to time to keep things going, that's a mark of a good businessman right there.
Shows leadership.
It absolutely it does.
Right. Shows
absolutely.
Yeah, been there.
So that's what he is doing. But his audio I'm showing is still on. So he should be able to talk to us, even though he's not. His picture's not up here on the screen.
Hey, good thing that happened to JR though. He did get a brand new chrome bumper on his truck.
He got a new chrome bumper. Sweet.
Yes.
That's right.
That is always good. And Sage needs you to dye your hair blue, Adam.
Oh, okay.
Should
have put a white star in the center of it too.
There you go.
That's a great idea. Hey, Mike, get you a pay raise.
Doubtful. Doubtful. The shareholders don't like to share.
You'll catapult right to the top as a top agency, and with Landstar, you'll be right up there at the top.
He's a star.
Where is Sage? Somebody send him an invite.
All right, I'll kick that over to him. So
a few couple of events that I saw on the news, it was like one after the other, but there was one. Did you guys see the wreck, the tractor trailer that went off Interstate 77?
Yeah.
And and then there was another one, I think, yesterday on I-90 up in New York. A Tennessee driver was driving, and the opposite lane, somebody's front bumper come off their vehicle, came flying across the interstate through the guy's windshield and killed him.
Jesus.
That's Final Destination type shit.
But
yeah, really,
the one that really kind of just left me with my head scratching is, I think it was over in Nashville, Tennessee, the lady who was sleeping under a tractor trailer, a truck, and the guy went to leave and drove off, and his back tires ran over her.
He was taking his mandated break, his 30-minute break.
No, it was some lady that was just happening.
No, yeah, I know. He was taking his mandated 30-minute break, and somehow she decided that was the opportune time to crawl under his truck and take a nap.
Who does that? You know, what the hell would you crawl under a truck and sleep?
They had another bad accident on I-65 out in Nashville the day before yesterday.
Yeah.
Guy, tractor trailer crossed the median. There's actually dash cam footage of this. Tractor trailer crossed the median and started going.
Well, good morning, guys.
North and the south.
I don't know how long my signal's going to hold, but
nobody cares.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Adam's telling a story. Shut up.
Yeah.
Will you?
Anyway,
I'm in the backwoods of Virginia right now, headed over the interstate.
I forgot this is JR. I forgot this is the JR show.
That's right. You can't hear us.
Somebody kick JR out. Tell him to come back.
I think he actually can hear us. Can't you, JR?
Nope.
He kicked himself out.
But
Sage, I sent you a link on LinkedIn. Go ahead and come on in.
Anyway, truck's going now northbound in the southbound lanes, hits another semi head on, explodes into flames.
Oh, that's the one that. I saw that one. It was like a blue. There was a blue semi that was off.
There was a Walmart truck. Yeah.
Well, there were like saw the 4 Walmart trucks involved in that.
So there were 4 trucks involved. Thankfully, no 4-wheelers, but 1 fatality, 1 critical, or 1 fatality and 2 critical transported to the hospital out of that. That actually is where an area where I used to be a firefighter, so I knew all the guys that were on the ground. They said it was unlike anything they've seen. Like, it was just nuts.
So let me get this straight. So the semi, let's just say, is going north, and he goes over the median and starts driving south, right? What made him go over the median? Do you know?
So there's the dash cam footage that I saw looks like it almost looks like a 4-wheeler veered into his lane and caused him to veer, but you can't prove that based off the short video. And as far as I know, according to the news, there's no charges or an investigation. Like, it's just a tragic accident.
Now, when you say a 4-wheeler, you talking a car or?
Yep.
Okay.
No, somebody was out there riding a 4-wheeler.
Yeah, like man. Somebody was on an ATV riding on I-65.
Yeah.
Jeff.
Jesus.
These Yankees, man, I'm telling you.
The most important thing
is there he is.
What can I do for you? What
drivers need to be safe out on the road.
Morning, sweetheart. How are you?
Brother. You're not going to go blue-haired? I thought you'd go blue-haired with me. We'll both
listen. I don't want to
first.
dye my hair blue because then it'll get me thinking like very liberal thoughts, and that's just not the way I act. You don't have hair, Sage.
Exactly. I thought you'd fall for it. I didn't know if you'd go first. That was my plan.
You could dye your beard blue.
I could. That's absolutely. I should actually. What's
blue
going on?
Would be impressive. Just living the dream.
Call me Scarf Logistics.
Besides that, I've been doing some insurance stuff. I got this pain in the ass guy that I work insurance. Oh, hang on. Oh, there he is. Right there. Damn it.
Don't say anything about him. He's here, and he can actually hear us now.
Yeah, I can hear us now. Yeah, allegedly. But besides that, I've been moving some tanks, had some claims, Had a wild one, but we got it all figured out.
I'm glad I'm not the only one having issues moving oversized loads. Holy shit!
What happened to you?
Oh, buddy.
Which
Okay.
time?
Yeah.
Yeah, come
Did
on.
you-
It's
oh,
an hour
hey.
show.
Adam,
Yeah.
did you ever get that? Did you ever get the one out of Impound and
Yes.
get it rolling?
No, it's not rolling yet because we got to get new superload permits. So that's going to sit for a
How
little
did you
bit.
get impounded with a superload?
Because
Oh.
you lie on your permits and then you get off route.
Off route.
That'll
Yeah.
do it.
Wow.
Yeah. I never had that happen to me with my superload guys.
Yeah.
You know, I never have either. Not in 25 years. This is the first.
Yeah.
When I took that phone call, I'm just kind of sitting there going, "You got to be fucking kidding me."
I've had another phone call that was kind of the same type of answer. But my superload guys, I've never had that happen. We've got on a wrong route, maybe call the cops and help stuff like that, but the route was actually messed up given by the state. Where they helped us out of that. We were
No, come on, that never happens. They don't
Well,
ever give you the wrong route, right?
yeah, that messed up. But besides that, no, I've been lucky with that one. Knock on wood. That I've never had that happen to get my stuff impounded. No, I've impound for carriers for customers, but I've never. Nope, negative Ghost Rider.
Just
So-
just over here living the dream, my friend. That's all I can tell you.
So, Narc made a comment. No coffee. And he
No
wants
coffee?
to know where Shimmy's at. Well, Shimmy's 3 hours behind us. Shimmy's probably
Shimmy's
still
3 hours behind us, and she's on her own show. She doesn't like to
Yeah,
come
well,
on
she-
here and hang
she-
with us.
Yeah, she's wanting to come on here. Her and I were texting yesterday.
Tell her to come on.
I need
Text
to
her right
call
now.
Yeah.
I'll text her right
Yeah.
now and see if she wants to jump in.
Can't even spell her name
Assuming that she's actually up.
right.
Probably not
Dude,
up yet.
there is no way that girl is not up yet. She is up with the freaking sunlight.
Yeah.
It's only 6:20 there. She should be up.
She's fine. She's
Getting
fine.
her kid ready for school or something.
In
What
other news,
here.
if you're looking for extendable multi-axle RGNs, they are a unicorn right now.
I've got access to. You need some?
I needed one in Ohio all week long. Where have you been?
Do you have my phone number, bro? And I've told you to reach out. I've got carriers that have this equipment that I don't even post my loads.
Mm.
How many axles do you need?
7.
How much in the well?
41 feet.
Oh my God, that's so easy, bro. Come talk to me.
You claim it's easy. You claim it's easy.
You want to make a phone
Where
call?
is this,
Where
Adam?
is it at? I can call a guy right now.
Call him right now. Tell him
Do
to go
it.
pick it up today.
What?
Do it.
Give me the dims.
Where,
Hang on one second. Let me call him.
I'll text
where,
you.
where is this, Adam?
Right here.
So we're doing something new on the show today. We're actually going through
We're
a
actually gonna
live
cover
dispatch
freight.
event. We're going to dispatch a truck live.
right here.
We're going
on-
to negotiate the rate live, and you're going to see these guys in action with the carriers and the brokers are going back and forth in the rate. They negotiate.
This
I
is
love it.
this is coming down to your neck of the woods,
I'm
Spencer.
gonna text him right now. When's it? Where's it got to go? Ohio to where?
I just sent you the info
Oh, where'd you send it?
in the private chat.
Oh, those two guys. I don't pay
God,
attention.
these fucking
All right,
these
let's press
video streamers, man. I'm telling you.
that. Oh, North
Useless.
Carolina. Hang on a second,
Well, he doesn't use StreamYard. Give him a break.
bro. Why don't you post this out for a low pro step deck, multi-axle low pro step deck?
Not at 11.3 tall and 69,000 pounds.
Yeah, you can,
No.
bro. 11.3 tall? Are you kidding me? A low pro step deck could
In
easily-
Ohio,
Yes.
Ohio's not going to issue the permit. They say it can be reduced.
For it can't be. Bro, step deck is a specialized piece of equipment. It's not standard equipment. Flatbed,
I understand.
standardized equipment. Step deck, low pro step deck, multi-axle falls under specialized. You don't have to reduce to the to another trailer.
All right.
That's
So,
in my experience.
we-
Ohio's always
if-
rejected it and said it needs to go on an RGN.
No, because well, then if it needs to go on an RGN, that means that it needs to go on a mini deck. You don't have to. reduce to the specialized
That's
piece of
fair.
equipment. The specialized
John,
equipment is step deck.
John, is the
Yes.
real
There you
Spencer
go,
getting a
folks. Learn
lesson?
something new on this
Is the real
show.
Spencer getting a
Apparently I'm
lesson
learning
on
something
step
new.
decks?
I'm sorry, Spence. I could not hear what's going on over Adam and Sage going nuts about this damn load.
No, I'm just sitting here loving it because the real Mr. Spencer's getting a lesson on step decks.
I'm getting a lesson on 3-axle step decks apparently.
Yeah. Oh, you could reach. Look up a company called
So it's not the
Transport
go-to?
National. Transport National runs step decks. They're 2.5 feet tall. They're in Wisconsin, Ohio, Indiana. Just Google them right now. They're orange equipment.
What is it? Transnational?
Transport National. They got to be in your system, bro. They've got to be in the system for them. They could you could at 70,000 pounds, you could easily run this. Okay, all right. So let's do the weight. Let's say it's a step deck weighs 35,000. You don't even need to stretch. He might even have 42 on the deck, bro.
Yeah, no, I mean, if he has a 53 low pro, then yeah, he's got 41, 42 on the bottom
So what
deck.
are you looking for? So 3 axles, you get 60 plus 40 plus 12.
I don't know if you could make the
12.
transitions on the truck with 16-foot ramps though. Those ladder trucks, man, they have got extremely low angles of approach.
Oh, it's a drive on. They're driving.
Yeah.
All right,
Oh,
so
yeah.
all right, so we'd have to do that unless they have a ramp at the facility.
They
have
do
to
not.
have a ramp. They do not. All right.
They do not have a ramp at either location.
All right, so let me do this. Okay, I'd still check. All right, let me do this real quick. Where is?
See, one of the important lessons about this is you have to know all of the requirements in order to select an appropriate carrier. And for Sage to help, he needs to know everything in order for him to help. But Adam thinks he's got this all sorted out.
You see the notes that says it's a fire truck. Usually that implies you drive it.
Yeah, but it could be ramped at facilities, correct?
Maybe if it's coming out of a manufacturer, yes, but this is not.
Okay.
This is fun to watch. I've never done heavy haul.
Yesterday, let me find him. I just spoke with him yesterday.
I have been looking, dude, and I have the floods in West Virginia have not been a help. It is restricted capacity getting north to pick up loads for the last several days.
Do you have it posted?
Oh yeah.
What's rate posted?
It's posted for 6,000 for 486 miles. No reason it shouldn't move.
Where's it going to again?
It's going to Seagrove, North Carolina.
And you got any calls on it?
So right now, as I'm sitting, I've got a guy to pick up Monday that I got connected with on LinkedIn. But I told him, I said, these guys really want it this week.
So we need this.
And he hasn't gotten his setup completed with us yet. I'm still waiting on that. So worst case scenario, I've got it secured for Monday.
And then what? The 40-foot long, but the footprint. Let's see. You're gonna have to drop all.
Overall length is 40 foot 4 inches. So
you
could probably get 39.6 in the well.
Okay, so
if it doesn't have a high transition on the rear.
Yeah, because are you talking like is it a ladder? It says ladder truck. So how far is the ladder? Like what's the actual footprint?
Oh, the ladder's 100 foot. It's the actual footprint's 40 foot 4 inches. That is
40 foot
bumper to bumper.
Well.
Yes, bumper to bumper.
Okay.
But like I said, you've got the overhang of an extended front bumper, and then you have the back step. So you could probably get it down to 39.6, but it's not going to be much because you've got freaking tow hooks underneath the front bumper. You've got all kinds of equipment and tools and
let me reach
ladder jacks and outriggers and all that stuff.
Let me
So it's a fire truck, you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Being moved to a new station to go in service or something, or is this like a decommissioned?
Yeah, no, it got sold to a volunteer fire department in North Carolina.
Yeah, Seagrove is only like an hour away from here, down below Ashboro.
Oh, you're only an hour away?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right. Hang on, I gotta make a phone call real quick.
Yeah. So, not the fire truck is different, but anytime you have the CSA looks at standard equipment as flatbed and van and reefer. Anything different than that is considered specialized equipment and can fall in the category of you don't have to have I don't have to have a double drop for something that I can put on a step deck, low pro step deck, because step deck is considered specialized equipment. So as long as it makes sense financially, like, hey, I don't need bucket trucks for an RGN, but I would need them for a step deck, I'm obviously not going to put on a step deck. But that's usually the category of looking for optimizing equipment.
So my question is, if it's $6,000 to move it on a truck, wouldn't it be a lot cheaper to drive it?
Well, that's why the other thing. So what I would probably, and I don't know what he's got. You could obviously hire a driver to drive it. A CDL hired a driver to drive it. Do they want the miles on it? I don't know. But if it's only 400 miles, you got other options. Like I would even say, hey, he's out there. Can they drive it or tow it?
You could probably tow it. Driving it's a big ordeal because you have to have driveway insurance, and there's only 2 companies I know of that have that.
Okay, I didn't know if they would if the fire department would because they're self-insured also.
A lot of times, guys will do that. They will drive and
just send one of their guys up there to pick it up
during a road trip.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10-hour road trip up, 10-hour road trip back. Not that big a deal.
Yeah, you said 400 miles.
486.
So 46. So let me think about that. So 46, you got Ohio. Let me do this. Ohio. You will not.
It's coming down Interstate 77.
There's no escorts.
You know, and then hit 74 and cross over through Mount Airy. Come on down.
I'm loving this. I'm learning a ton off of this.
Yeah,
so
so come right through here to get to Seagrove.
He's got to go through West
Virginia.
Virginia.
The HHOD podcast.
I know we're taking over. Let me make.
I love it.
Well, I didn't get to hear the first part of that. I just heard the last of it. So I don't know if it would fit on one of our step decks.
No, because we're gonna assume they don't have ramps on the receiving end.
So
or the shipping end.
So why do you think we carry ramps?
Your ramps are going to be 20,000-pound ramps because that's the heaviest ramps I've seen.
Ours we can load a tank with ours.
For you on your ramps, how much are your ramps rated for?
Well, they're the heaviest ramps. They're the heaviest ramps sold, and they guarantee, and heavy duty ramps guarantees you can load a tank with them.
I want to test that out.
It's like 20,000
pounds a ramp, right? A side, correct? We lost him.
It's losing his signal apparently.
I think there's the ramps that have the little feet in the middle. So you have a ramp that comes off the trailer, and then you goes to a little foot, and then there's another ramp that comes down. And I believe those are basically 20,000 pounds a side. That would be 40,000 pounds, and we're 30,000 pounds heavier than that. So, I don't know what size tank, because there's a lot of different size tanks that they have. So I bet you I can get you a tank you can't load in those ramps. So, and then also the steepness of the ramp, unless there's some place to place the ramp down at an angle where it's not as steep. But if I guarantee if you would have called me in the week, of course we're doing a podcast, and I just text my guy, but I don't know where he's at.
Well, I haven't gotten a response from Shimmy yet either. But that's all right.
And there's
she's snoozing.
Have you posted it to a Landstar carrier at all? Landstar?
Oh yeah.
And there's nobody at Landstar?
Nope. I've called all my guys. Dude, everybody's on data centers. They don't want to mess with fire trucks. Data centers are paying right now.
Do you deal with Best Logistics up in Ohio at all? You ever heard of them?
I have not.
So Best Logistics, my cousin works for them, sales guy.
Oh, then they're definitely out.
They were right down the road from where we were headed at. They're a pretty good sized truckload company. Great company, do great work, but they bought a flatbed, heavy haul type company up in Ohio. But it should be called. I think they rebranded it Best Logistics Group. So I know they're headquartered in Ohio, somewhere up there.
So you're saying we have a shortage of trucks and a possible shortage of drivers? So are you going with the driver shortage yet? Or are you still ignoring that because of your?
We have a driver shortage now.
Oh, we have one now. Why do we have one now?
Because your president sent everybody home.
My president? Not my president. My president. I won't make it political, but let's just leave it at that. Not my president. Yeah, it's weird how we have a driver shortage. So the reason we didn't have a driver shortage is people were here filling jobs that we needed. Now that we don't want any of those people, we say we don't need those people. Now we have a driver shortage.
I never said I didn't want them. I said all I wanted was that they could understand and read English language.
I don't think we have a driver shortage. I think it's a pay shortage.
It's
Okay.
not right now. Rates are up, but
Can I-
fuel's up just as much.
Can I play this
Yeah.
game? Can I play this game with something? So if you have a pay short, why would you need more pay if you don't have a shortage of something? What is your pay solving?
I want to get. I really want to get into this, but
Well, what is
I'm
the
afraid my
paying-
signal
hang
is
on.
gonna
What is
leave.
paying more money solving? What problem is it solving? Because that's a solution,
Well,
not a
you
problem.
get more people in the industry that so you think of all the drivers that have exited the industry because they can't make money, right? So
No, that's
and
not
it goes
the,
back
that's
to-
not the reason. That's not the reason that they freaking exited. The
Okay.
reason that most
and
of them
nobody's
exited
regulated.
was because they get no respect, none, zero.
Right.
They can't even use the bathroom at shippers, and
Right.
receivers.
Man,
Like it's,
wait. I want to try and get down this path because people keep arguing with me, even Craig Fuller, and Craig Fuller blocked me because of this. So you are giving a solution to a problem that you say we don't have. Correct? You're saying we don't
Well,
have a
no.
driver shortage, but you're giving a solution to a problem you say we don't have.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
So this goes all the way back to when I had my trucking company. So you got a lot of guys because I would talk to them. They'll make an exit because one, they can make more money locally in a factory or wherever.
Correct.
Once they strip out all their costs, the insurance costs, over the regulations, the BS that they go through on the road, just like JR said, you got the lack of respect, the way drivers are treated and stuff like that, the way they're viewed on the road. So, a lot of that plays.
So they're not driving.
They're
They're not driving truck anymore. So that would be a driver shortage. We have a driver shortage. We don't have a CDL holder shortage.
yeah, we don't have a CDL holder shortage. We have a driver shortage because they're treated
Yeah,
like
driver
second-class
shortage.
citizens.
Yeah.
That's yes, because when I hire somebody to drive, I hire them to be a professional driver, which means they have to pass a drug test, they have to pass an MVR, they probably have to get, want to drive the truck. So you can't say we don't have a driver shortage when you are giving solutions to bring back people to drive the truck. I don't understand. So my problem is what makes this? Why do people don't understand this? Because
let's argue semantics. A qualified driver shortage. How about that?
But that's a driver. And if I'm looking for a driver, it's automatically presumed they're going to be a professional qualified driver.
But it's presumed
Yeah,
that. But
they
we
are.
saw by the number of shady CDL schools that were passing anyone and everyone that is not the case. You got guys that can't even back up a fucking 53-foot dry van.
Because we're filling people that should not be driving because we have a driver shortage.
But theirs are coming from the CDL schools that we were entrusting to do it the right way, and they weren't.
Okay, again, these are all solutions.
Right,
What
but you're saying that a qualified driver is anybody that has a CDL, and that's not the case.
No, I'm not. Everybody else is saying that. So when I say driver shortage, I mean professional qualified driver. That's the only person I would look at.
All right,
When
so we're on the
I
same
say
page.
driver shortage, they say CDL holder. I don't.
No,
I have lots of CDL. I'm a
so
CDL holder.
we are on the same page.
Yes, me and you are on the same page. But everybody else, like Craig Fuller, Super Trucker, Gord, all these people nonstop argue with me and say, well, that's semantics. And I'm like, it's not semantics because you have two different ways of solving this problem. If we have a CDL shortage, we've got to have more people get CDLs. If we have a driver shortage, we got to find ways that people want to continue to drive the truck. So driver shortage is what we have. And now people are starting to come out and say, admit I was right, which probably breaks them in half. And because they don't want to admit each was right, is because they're now saying, well, it's qualified driver. Well, that's what we hire as CDL drivers. So when did you ever dump the qualifier of professional driver? Because I never dumped that qualifier. So CDL holder, we don't have a shortage of.
I think it's another thing that our government has failed at over the years, and it's bipartisan. They just passed the buck and said, oh yeah, CDL schools, go ahead, we trust you to do the right thing. instead of policing said CDL schools. And the DOT and the FMCSA don't have enough people to police them in the first place.
Well, isn't it also that when you hire that person coming out of a CDL school, it's your job as the employer to verify that they are qualified enough to drive your truck?
Oh, 100%.
Okay, so we can't just blame the government on this, right?
No, it's multifold. I would agree with you.
Okay, I agree with
Everybody's got to play a hand in it, but going back to the pay thing, when you've got drivers that are out there and they're being hung up at shippers and consignees, load and unload, and they're not getting paid hourly. There's a lot of things that need to be looked at and readdressed out there. And I think that if the industry could tighten up a little bit and, get people more money and better quality pay, I guarantee you will see more people anxious to get their CDL, like the young kid. You look at 18, 19, 20-year-old kids, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
there's not
Don't get me
enough
started.
people coming in the industry wanting
Oh,
to.
go ahead and
Would not
start.
hire a 20-year-old kid.
because they can only be local. They can't drive over the road until you're 21.
Right.
Right, but I'm just saying.
but that's not what they're saying though. They're trying, and Sage and I actually had this argument discussion over the phone
And I won.
about a month and a half ago.
I won.
And it would.
It's that what they want to do is they want to take 18 and 19-year-olds and put them over the road,
They should.
not just local.
They should. Wait a minute. Let me ask a question. I'll ask the same thing to everybody nodding their head. I see you, John. When I was 18, I could have joined the military, right? Not a problem there. When I was 20 years old, I lived in Buffalo, New York. I had a CDL-B when I was 20. Okay. I lived in Buffalo, New York. Why can't I cross from Buffalo, New York to Erie, Pennsylvania to make a food delivery? What is the problem with that? What magic?
Well, there is no. You're right. There is no problem with that. But here's what inevitably is going to happen: is
Right.
these carriers are not okay. Let's use your example. But why can't I go to Erie? Okay, go to Erie. Let's just say they give you. Let's just say that they do a. They say, okay, go to Erie. You can go to Erie. Okay. Well, what's it going to be next week? They're going to send you to fucking Chicago.
So
What's it going to be the week after that? Oh, well, let's send him to Dallas.
So
I'm sorry. They are not the young kids today. The young kids today are not. I'm sorry. They have no freaking common sense. That's the problem. They don't have any common sense.
U-turns.
Okay, I'm going to jump in on this one. I'm going to jump in on this one. I can foresee a radius for a younger CDL holder. Under the age of 21. I can see like a 250-mile radius or something along those lines that keeps them under close control of the employer. And I think my biggest hang up with with a low age driver, I won't say underage, but a low age professional driver, is that it's a lack of supervision. Sage, you made a point about, you can be in the military and serve at the age of 18, very salient point, but they're usually also supervised. They are part of a team.
So does company drivers.
Well, depending on how the company is using them. Now, you can implement the rule that they have to have a qualified senior driver in the truck with them in order for them to go that distance. I can agree with that. So there are ways to address that.
What's the problem with the imaginary line of crossing into another state? You do it all the time. Most of my the best.
Again, I agree with you there. But I do think it needs to be limited to a specific radius.
Why?
Yeah, that could be state driven though.
It's a matter of supervision. To me, it's a matter of supervision until they have the experience and the maturity to be able to operate in a cross-country fashion. So, again, having a qualified trainer in the truck with them can alleviate that requirement. But all this can be regulated appropriately to make that safe for the rest of the motoring public.
You can regulate everything all you want. You cannot legislate morality. People doing the right thing and what needs to be done. People are going to cheat and they're going to do everything they can to get around the rules, to skirt the rules, to break the rules, and it's not illegal until you get caught.
Let me ask a quick question. Right now, Mike Rowe has a program called Rowe Works.
Micro Works.
Micro Works. I can be an 18-year-old and say, let me think about this. I can wait until I'm 21 to get my CDL, or I can come out of high school, be an 18-year-old, get a 2-year degree, get paid to be an electrician, get paid for training, and make $250,000 a year. How are you going to pull those people from not taking one of those positions over the 4 or 5 years to become a CDL driver?
You're not.
You're not.
Let's say I take those jobs all day long.
But you're not. But so the problem is we're losing potential. So the people that we're now getting are 21-year-olds. When I started driving when I was 20 years old. So at 20 years old, what's the difference between 1 year? So what you're doing is you're now taking people that are 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, who might now have families and kids and everything else, and you're throwing them into a job that, guess what? Your starting pay at a trucking job is not going to be your top pay, and it shouldn't be.
No,
you don't have the time, but they need a top paying job. And then you wonder why people leave the industry is because they're not making what a 22-year-old or 23-year-old needs to make when they have kids. But if you got an opportunity to take these kids at 18, 19 years old, and now training is key. We all keep saying training. If you are properly trained, you can do it at 18. If you're properly trained, 100%. Because guess what? You're allowing them to do it now, intrastate. So you can't all of a sudden.
How many 18-year-olds do you feel are mature enough to take on that responsibility? To me, it's a maturity thing. I'll be perfectly honest. I'm not happy at 21 years old. I'd rather see him a minimum of 25. But that's just me.
I mean, do you like $8 and $9 a mile rates? Because that's what you're going to do to the industry.
For what? At 18?
If you wait to 25-year-olds.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you, and no, I don't want rates that high. But at the same token, my thought process is purely on safety. Okay,
I mean, look,
it's not necessarily on practicality.
Having been a first responder
it's a completely different thing.
Having been a first responder for 25 years, I have to agree with Sage, because the majority of the accidents that I ran involving semi trucks weren't the result of the semi; they were the result of the four-wheelers around the semi.
Correct.
Right.
So I think with proper training, you can do a lot.
That I agree with. But okay, so the government, the state government, and federal government consider our job a professional job because they call us professional truck drivers. But yet the professional electricians and the professional plumbers and such, they're making like Sage said, $150,000, $200,000 a year. But yet we can't get that kind of pay. Well, the best that I have heard as a company driver was about $1.25 a year.
Yeah, well,
unless you're one of the 30 guys who are authorized at hauling nuclear waste for the federal government.
Why can't we get why can our pay be the same as the other industry?
I've got no problem doing
a lot. Well, there's a lot. So it goes back to, are the funds there? I mean, look at your insurance rates, how high they are.
Mm-hmm.
The entry point to get into the business is expensive, right? Insurance is through the roof. I don't care if it's a truck, a house, or whatever. There's a lot of things that need to be looked at and dialed back to allow guys to make more money out there.
Well, let me run this by you real quick.
My brother owns an electrician company.
I'm not saying
he owns an electrical company, and his insurance, his insurance is as expensive as mine, if not more.
So let me
and he can still charge his customers what he needs to charge. We can't.
Well, hang on. You can.
There's only so much that these customers will pay.
Correct. But let me run this by you.
And at some point, the customer's going to go, we can't afford it anymore.
No, they're going to shop it to somebody else.
With the fuel surcharges going up because of the fuel's going up, with the insurance that's going up, we have to make
nuclear verdicts too. These nuclear verdicts are out of control.
Well, let me ask a question.
They'll never do it because the lawyers have lawyers on their side, and they go up to Washington and they pay all this money to the politicians to make sure that they never
Half the
gets
politicians
capped.
up there are lawyers.
How much do you guys think a driver should make? What do you think they should be paid? A van driver. Remember, a van
It's
driver.
just not,
It's not black and white.
Well, what
no,
do you think
it's not.
What do you think a van driver should make?
What's the livable wage in the United States right now? They say you need to make a minimum of 130,000.
Okay.
To
So
live
let me ask you a
comfortably.
question. So now, I in regards to the supply chain aspect.
Yeah, and I mean, all my guys make roughly 100 to 125 a year.
Have you heard of a logistical inflation?
I mean, there's at that point, they're still not making it. From what Adam just said, they're not making a livable wage.
So have you heard of logistical inflation?
I mean, it's
Are you running from the question you read?
and I pay top dollar for my guys.
Define logistical inflation, Sage.
Okay. So let's
because
say
I only hire guys that have got
JR, can
a
you
lot
hear
of
anybody?
experience.
JR from the JR show again. It's because he keeps going backstage.
JR, can you hear anybody? JR?
It's because he keeps going backstage.
Oh, then he
But,
can't.
but he
Really?
can still hear everything
Am I not here?
backstage, but
You're
he can't hear everybody.
Okay, that's the problem. Okay, so I've talked about this
I can
before
hear
in
you.
regards to in
Sort of.
inflationary aspects of logistics. So when you guys think,
Let me
a
go
lot
out
of
and
people
go back
think
in.
that- would you shut up, JR? For the love of God, when you I'm gonna cancel your insurance. When you no, I'm just kidding. So when you guys look at things, a lot of people think that freight goes from the manufacturer to the job site from the carrier and stuff like that. But the thing is that logistics, something might, like I did this with Bullfrog. Okay, Bullfrog hot tubs, for one hot tub to be made, it was 17,000 miles by inbound, outbound countries. So things come into Bullfrog Logistics. They put stuff on. They send it out to be, let's say, powder coated. Then it comes back in. And then basically, all this stuff is happening multiple times before the product is actually finished. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to, let's say you take that and let's say it's 20 times a truck is going to bring this thing back and forth, back and forth. We do this with auto parts also. Why? It's just what we do. So what happens is, let's say every single time, like now, let's use $50,000, nice round numbers for a truck driver, and then we're going to start paying them $100,000. If all trucking companies had to do that, they would have to raise the cost and the rates that they are charging the customers, which would eventually have to make the customers who are now selling the Bullfrog tubs have to raise the rates, because 20 times, this has gone up 20 times for them, because they've touched trucks 20 times. So there is an inflationary aspect that when you raise the cost of the labor, you raise the cost of the trucking, that affects the price of the goods, because it's not just touching it once. Like, all the hot tubs not made all in one shop at one time. There's raw materials coming in, there's materials going out, there's materials coming in, there's materials going out. It's wild. And automotive is like the eighth wonder of the world, the way they do stuff. I mean, it's like
insane.
They got it down to the
They
minute.
spread their costs out.
Okay, so that's going to raise the price of the goods, which overall raises the overall price that we pay for products. So as you give truck, and this is one of the reasons we had deregulation, one of the reasons that when you start to raise the price of the truck driver, it also, the price of products go up. It's an endless cycle, unfortunately. And logistics touches everything. Electricians might just touch the electrical work of that one building, but logistics, if all truck drivers were now going to be paid $200,000 a year, the price of the products would have to go up, because logistics touches absolutely everything multiple times. How do you cope with that?
So with that Sage, with that said, then
Get rid of the tariffs.
The government needs to do their part to lower a lot of the cost that the citizens of the country incur because of the government. There needs to be some give and take, but there's never going to be give from the government. They're never giving. They're not going to give
what
that.
cost do you incur for the government? What do you mean by that?
I'm just talking about all across the board, like the tariff thing, just everything that from your personal tax, it's everything that we pay as citizens, that kind of helps create inflation.
I think what Spencer's trying to say is taxation is theft.
Well, taxation.
I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot that could be done to alleviate some of the heartburn.
Oh,
But
100%.
simply not.
Hey, let's transition to one of the guest questions because Rob Brieger had a good question. John, can you put that on the screen?
I'm scrolling up to it. Give me 1 second here. Where the hell is Rob's question here?
This is
I'm
Chris
going to it. I'm
comments.
going to it. Here it is. Sorry.
So it says it seems like the right group to ask. Do you guys have any idea why there's so much less demand for Conestoga rolling tarp systems in the central and southeastern U.S. than everywhere else? I would say, in my mildly uneducated opinion, that I see the demand for Conestogas increasing everywhere.
I think,
especially in the southeastern U.S. But the
Yeah.
majority of what's being shipped is metals and raw materials that they want covered with tarps, and they would rather have Conestogas than have tarps touching their materials.
I think the biggest understanding is making sure that a lot of freight brokers came in, they don't understand how Conestogas work. Like they don't understand.
Oh, 100%. They are specialized equipment.
Trying to sell that to a customer and explain that to a customer, a lot of times they just, because they don't know how to sell it or explain it, they just don't look for one, or they don't want to pay.
No, they think it's a freaking regular flatbed that they don't have to pay tarp fees on.
Yeah, and so a lot of that stuff for Conestogas is understanding, okay, what do you have inside for actual loading, rather, with the Conestoga, and things like that. But a lot of freight brokers that probably came in the industry don't truly understand how Conestogas could be beneficial, how they work, that it's, the same thing as like a flatbed. It could be, depending on how wide the pieces are, things like that. They just don't understand them. So then if I don't understand it, how can I sell it to my customer? So it's easier for them just to say, I want a flatbed. We're not doing a Conestoga. I just want a flatbed, just because of a lack of knowledge or understanding.
And you have some uneducated shippers out there too.
Yes.
Well, not necessarily. You have some uneducated shippers that don't know, but then you also have shippers that do know, and their product risks ripping the tarps, and they don't want to replace a $25,000 tarping system.
Correct. Yes. So
that's why they say no Conestogas.
Yeah. But I have seen some of the Conestoga issues, and then, like I said, but most of that too is like, that should be key. Like Northeast, that would probably be a big one. But I haven't done Conestogas. I mean, my stuff will fit in a Conestoga. It's just
I do quite a bit of Conestogas, and the thing about Conestogas that people don't like is their price. Again, they are specialized equipment.
Correct.
You're not getting that for a flatbed rate.
Yeah, you're at least getting 50 cents a mile above a flatbed on a Conestoga.
You're more than that.
Or up to $1. Of course, that was back in December of last year. Was the last time I moved a Conestoga. So
I'm quoting Conestogas $5 to $6.
Well, I had one of my customers. They do a lot of step deck work and a lot of flatbed work. And it's got to be tarped, and they have gone to almost all Conestogas now. They don't even really don't have to.
So with a Conestoga, you don't have to have the tarping safety systems anymore. So they don't have to repair that and constantly maintain it. So that saves them money.
Right.
You don't have the risk of drivers falling and getting hurt. So that saves them potentials of money. So, I mean, it's like an easy button. They just don't want to pay for it.
Well, and the other issue is if you're a truck driver and you have a Conestoga, but I have a flatbed load that doesn't need a Conestoga, I can't get you a Conestoga price just because you have one and you want my load.
Correct.
So I have to use the Conestoga to get the Conestoga price. And I've had drivers show up and be like, well, yeah, but I'm a Conestoga, I'm more. I'm like, yeah, but I don't even need to tarp. So they'll load you, but I can't get you a Conestoga price. I can get you a flatbed price because my stuff's not even tarped. So it'll fit in there, but I can't do your price, which I understand. It's your price. I'm cool with that, but I'm just being honest with you. You have over
the Conestoga that I used to dispatch for. Their origin loads were always Conestoga loads with the Conestoga price, but getting them back home, because it's one of those guys that had to be back home every other night. He had to accept a backhaul that was a flatbed only rate, and he was comfortable with that. He understood that. He was comfortable with that, and that's part of the issue is that a lot of these drivers and a lot of these carriers who are running Conestogas think that they're entitled to the Conestoga rate no matter what.
Right.
So you're absolutely right on that, Sage. You have to be prepared to accept whatever the requirements were for the load to begin with.
Well, it's just
if it's a backhaul, okay,
John. One of One of the biggest things that I have seen in all of my years of doing this, and I tell drivers every time I see them, is that you can't just sit and wait for that perfect rate.
Right.
No.
You could sit for a little bit, but you need to be smart. You need to be financially smart to know exactly what you need down to the penny to turn a profit in your truck. And from there, you try to get the best rate in, and you might have to take a lower rate out so it averages out, but it gets you to a better freight area instead of sitting.
Yeah.
And then you say, oh, I'll just deadhead
Reposition
600
yourself
miles.
that way.
I'll deadhead 600 miles. In this economy, 600 miles when you're getting 5 miles a gallon and you're paying $5 to $6 a gallon for fuel, you are going
what a
out of
waste.
business fast.
What
Yeah,
a
and that's
waste!
another thing.
I've encountered too many drivers who feel that way, and they say, "Well, I'm not taking less than $5 a mile on this, and I'll just drive the 600 miles home. I can get you $450." And they're like, "No, I'm just going to go ahead and go home," and they'll drive empty home on just for 50 cents a mile, and I'm just like, "You're just a fucking idiot. You're just a fucking idiot." I drop those clients. I will not work with people like that.
Diesel is through the roof. I mean, I've always said for years and years and years, diesel should be the cheapest freaking gas in the pump.
Why?
It's not.
It was.
Why wouldn't
it was? The problem right now is economics. Not only do we have a shooting war going on that's locking up 50% of the world's supply of diesel products wherever it's being refined from, but our own U.S. inventory of diesel is down 50% of what it typically is this time of year. Typically, we are building up our diesel supply in this country during the course of the summer months in anticipation of the winter. You think diesel's bad now, you wait until Q4 when diesel consumption goes through the roof for heating materials and whatnot, and you will see prices go through the freaking roof. We will see $6 a gallon, if not $7 a gallon by December if things do not change in a hurry.
Well, why would you think it would be the cheapest?
It was at one point.
Because it's a byproduct.
20 years ago it was. But that was because there was a massive inventory of it. But look at what has changed in the last 20 years. Commercial ships have switched from burning exclusively heavy fuel oil to burning diesel when they get across certain boundaries. So you have a lot of these commercial ships now burning the diesel that we would typically use on the road. So a lot of this supply is going away. And guys, let me tell you something. A ship, they burn so much freaking fuel. They don't measure it by the gallon. They measure it by the metric ton. And they will consume 100 metric tons a day,
Spencer,
going across the ocean.
Spencer, why would you think that it was cheap? Should be the cheapest?
Well, one is the least refined, and my personal opinion, and it's the opinion of others. When I've talked to people about this, it's the oil and gas industry sees it as an opportunity to make money.
How is it? What do you mean? Did you think it's an opportunity to make? What is?
So many people rely on it: the trucking industry, the shipping industry, the train industry, heating. I mean, they see it as making opportunity.
That's called supply and demand.
I need to find the graphic because I have to go against you on this, Spencer. I have to find the graphic when it comes to the distillation process. Diesel, there's only a couple grades that are higher than diesel when it comes to the refining process. So it is usually in the top 25% in cost in trying to refine diesel versus some of the other distillate products that are out there. I'll find a graphic for you on that, but that's a misnomer.
It's not a byproduct. That's just
not at all.
At all. It's, and I can send you a video of this from Mr. Global, and he breaks it down. And what it basically does is when we refine oil, however that thick oil is, it basically gets heated and broken down. And as it goes up, the last is gas. And then you also have like diesels and not last is gas, like aircraft, jet fuel. You have jet fuel like that. Then you have gas, and you have oil, then you have plastics, and you have a lot of different categories that it fits. But anytime you have a demand for something, more trucks on the road, more ships, more heating oil, more things running on diesel, pickup trucks now, cars running on diesel, that's a demand. And that's where supply and demand is going to make that something that it's in demand. So the cost goes up.
Not only that, but again,
Plus
it's a matter of inventory. Supply is dramatically lower because nobody has invested additional monies to increase the refining capability. And this is globally, the refining capability of diesel. A lot of the world's diesel is still refined out in Eastern Europe and other countries. Oh, by the way, all those countries are facing restrictions in their export capacity because of what's going on in the Middle East. So, combine all those factors together, and diesel is much more expensive than gasoline now. And then on top of that, we are experiencing a shortage of diesel stocks. And so when we get to December, when diesel consumption is at its highest, we are not going to have enough diesel to meet demand, which means that price is going to continue to spike. I promise you, based on what I know about economics, my prediction is going to be $7 a gallon come December if things don't change like right now.
Plus, Plus, we're also competing with other countries. So when Trump says, "Hey, come get this, come everybody, come send your tankers over here, come take our gas, take our diesel, take all that," we're now competing with other countries in regards to what gas stays here. It's not gas and diesel and oil is not nationalized, right? So as we continue to sell to other countries and they have a shortage, that raises our diesel costs up here because of refinery capacity also. I don't know if that won't work.
Okay. That we can go on forever on the economics of that.
Yeah.
But what do I know? I'm a trained economist.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump off, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks, Sage.
I can see them all shutting down.
See, when Pedro's not on here,
They
we
brought
have
me on. It's their
great
fault.
discussions, great debates. I love it. We can still tell Pedro.
Well, that was an interesting conversation.
Well, I can't remember the name of the guy that Sage mentioned. I think he and I saw the same thing. Hell, I may have seen it in his Discord. But the guy has a graphic that shows the different levels and temperatures of the distillation products that come out of the refining process. And it starts with aviation fuel at the highest, which is the most expensive to refine, to gasoline, to diesel, to heavy fuel oil, and all the different types of lubricants and all that fall underneath it. So it is actually quite expensive to refine diesel, which is and diesel is not a byproduct. That's a misnomer. So, and I think a lot of people don't quite understand that, but again, because of the low supply within our stocks and the lack of refining capacity, diesel is at the price it's at today.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the traditional time of year that diesel consumption is at its lowest. So wait until consumption goes up. And again, my guess is we're going to see $7 a gallon diesel if things don't change.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of consumer headache. Heartburn when prices go up because diesel is going up, and
it's only going to get worse.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the retailers are starting to feel it. Publix is reporting 20 to 30% loss, I believe, is what they announced last week.
That's
on the earnings report.
Because they're trying to keep their inflation down with things that they can control, which props to Publix on that. Publix is still one of the most expensive grocery stores.
Publix is already 25 to 30% elevated above everybody else. And
yes.
That's the thing. And me as a shopper in Florida, I'm like, listen, I love Publix. It's where shopping is a pleasure, right? Like you walk in and you are greeted by people. They're never short-staffed.
Yep.
Somebody's always asking, hey, how can I help
Highest
you? What
quality stuff.
Great stuff.
But the prices reflect it. And it's not,
you get what you pay for.
Moms and dads can't afford to pay $5.50 for a jug of Fairlife milk, right? It's not even a half gallon. It's 52 ounces for $5.50. Yep. Parents can't afford that for their kids. I can go to BJ's, which is 3 miles down the street, or Walmart, and it's $4.59 and $4.69.
You got Costco there?
We do have Costco, yes, but
it's probably a little bit cheaper.
They don't sell it at Costco. They
Well,
sell
Fairlife?
it. So BJ's is like a Costco.
Yep.
It's a much smaller footprint. I don't think they have near the number of stores, but I'll tell you, man, I love shopping at BJ's because they have a lot of the products we use. They have Sargento cheese and Fairlife milk, and
Well, Costco has Fairlife milk,
but
but
the
it's
thing,
little individual bottles of the chocolate milk, the protein shake.
the thing
Yeah,
about
they have
Costco
protein
though,
shakes.
it's
they have that,
restaurant sized portions. You know, I mean, you're not buying individual portion. You're buying,
Right.
you know,
Right.
large.
Well,
portions.
so BJ's
It's about buying
is,
bulk.
BJ's is kind of a mix of both. You can
Yeah.
buy
Yes.
single individual items, and then you
Yeah.
can buy bulk items, which
Mhm.
I really like it. Plus that they give you for every dollar you spend on their gas at their gas station, they give you credit towards groceries. So like we'll build up
Mhm.
credit towards groceries, and we could just we'll write off $10-15 each trip, and that stuff adds up, man. Like, and then
Yeah,
their gas
everything
is the
adds up.
cheapest around. Like you cannot beat BJ's gas prices. They destroy everybody. They'll be 20 or 30% or 20 or 30 cents cheaper than the gas station across the street. I don't know if they're just doing that as a loss leader to get people to be members and come in the door or what, but it's worth
Maybe.
every penny to me. And I love Costco too, Jeff. I go to Costco.
If
I
it
can't
keeps
get
everybody
it-
spending money with BJ's,
If I can't get it at Walmart, BJ's, or Costco, I don't really need it.
right?
Well, see, I mean, this is a fact, right? On all the rotisserie chickens that Costco sell, they sell it as a loss.
Loss leader. Yep.
Yeah, it's a loss leader. The only reason why they do that is because they get more customers to come in and they purchase other goods, so they make it up in the back end. You know,
Yep.
I mean, a lot of companies out there do that. But listen, we're in the logistics business. We're in the business to make money, but also to save money because we are consumers as well. And the prices that the shippers pay to move whatever products that they are, it's basically called COGS, cost of goods sold. It's buried into the products that they sell, for which all of us pay for. There's a thing, Amazon, buy this, transportation is free. Hello, there's no such thing as free. Number one, it's all buried into the cost. You just think it's for free because the uneducated person out there thinks it's for free, but it's buried in there, guys. I mean, you all know
your membership, Prime membership too.
It's just a marketing thing.
Yeah, you got your annual membership.
all it is. It's a marketing ploy. I mean, that's what it is. But it's meaningless. It really is. It's meaningless.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, the way economics hides a lot of the costs out there, I think the general public has no idea what it is they're actually paying for. If the general public knew that 20% of the cost of what they spend currently at Walmart is just because Walmart's trying to recover on losses from stolen loads, I think there'd be a massive outcry across the country. And as much as people have been trying to talk about it, it has gained no traction in the media that this is a problem economically for the average American.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, here I am staying on economics, but it's the truth.
John, I mean, sometimes you have to talk about these type of topics so people get a really good understanding of the big picture, not just what's in front of them, but what it engulfs and entails and what we do and how we move products and how we try to save our shippers some money and still make some money on the back end. Listen, we all don't do this for free. Either do this the shippers. And that's like a question that you can throw at the shippers. Can you reduce your costs? Well, I don't like the charge that you want us to move your coffee at. Can you drop it $2? Maybe I'll buy more. I mean, it's the same thing, right? They're not going to do it because they have to stay in business. The same with us, the same with truckers, the same with distribution centers and warehouses and all of that. That's the reason they have the prices that they do. Where you might think they're inflated, sure, but everything else is inflated. We're just following suit. That's it. We got to survive, folks. We got to survive.
And yet income income is not going up commensurate to the way prices are going up, which is why you have to have $130,000 in household income to be able to live halfway decently. Which, by the way, 70% of the country cannot get to that price level in terms of income. And so what are we as a society now supposed to do? That the middle class has basically disappeared. You either have it or you don't. My wife and I both have master's degrees. You'd think, especially since we have no kids, that we would be in a great place. Forget the fact that I'm paying over $2,000 a month in settlement fees over my trucking company when it went under. But I mean, we're barely scraping by in a 1,000 square foot apartment. And we're hanging on by our claws. It's insane that two professionals are living like that. But the majority of the country is living like that, and nobody is interested in raising people's incomes among the people who have the means to do it. It just drives me insane.
That's why there's fraudulent activity, John.
An insane amount of fraudulent activity, and it's not just by the international syndicates and cartels.
No, it's because desperate people do desperate things in desperate times, and we're all living through that. Some are above that, the lucky ones, but the others, listen, if someone says, hey, I need you to do me a favor, if you can do this, I'm going to give you $20,000. They're going to sit there and they're going to say, hey, you know what? Yeah, I'll do it. And
there are enough desperate people out there. This is why a lot of loads get stolen. Okay. Yep. You get somebody going to your logistics manager or going to the shipping clerk and sitting there saying, hey, the next time you've got a load of this product, because we know it's worth a lot, just send us a copy of the BOL and we'll give you 25 grand. Yep. Okay. End of story. And if you give in once, you're going to give in again, and it's going to keep happening till you finally get caught and go to jail for it. But risk versus reward, it's a lot of reward for something that is hardly ever prosecuted unless you're discovered.
But now the risk is your brand, your image, and your reputation, especially if you're going to stay in this industry. You want to take that chance and say you're 25, 27 years old. You're pretty good at what you do. Someone gives you an offer and you take that chance. The rest of your career is completely done. You went to college, you studied and took courses in supply chain and supply chain logistics. All gone, done in a single $20,000 handoff, to try to put food on your table. And you got to think of other ways that are legal, man, and
which is why a lot of honest people hold 2 and 3 jobs to get the necessary income to be able just to stay in debt. I mean, it is really insane, the lengths that we have to go to as a society, because of the cost of goods, because of the cost of transportation, because of the cost of fuel, because of everything that's going on out there. I mean, I can't think of a single cost that I have that has not gone up over the last couple of years. I mean, even my own personal insurance is going up like crazy. There is nothing out there that's untouched, and it's forcing all of us into the gig economy as a spare job, in our spare time to go and do stuff. It drives me insane. I have a full-time gig. I do a consulting gig. Soon I'm going to start getting paid for my other media gig. I mean, this is crazy.
But right now it's an acceptable way of life. It really is.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's listen, I everybody knows I love the industry and I could retire, but man, if you love it, why not continue, staying in it and making the money while you can? And if you're on Social Security, whatever, I mean, after your retirement age, you can still collect and you can make as much money as you want. So, why not? I mean, listen, the logistics industry and being a broker and everything, if you got the right connections and and Skynet and all of that. You can take your job anywhere in the world, and you can sit on a beach, and you could sling freight and drink cocktails, you know, and enjoy life. Because if you know what you're doing, it's easy to do. Why would you want to sit on the porch and watch the grass grow? I mean, it doesn't make sense to me.
But you got to be good at what you do, and you got to be respected and knowledgeable, and that's a challenge. Yes, I have actually dispatched trucks from the beach. I can do what I currently do from the beach, which is an amazing thing that I can do. Not practical, but I can definitely do it.
Right.
You know, we have not heard a single peep out of Clint all day. Clint, what you got, brother?
John, I sent you a text. Did you see it?
No, I did not.
We have a.
I sent her a picture of the link.
Okay.
He has you on permanent do not disturb.
I know. I also told her that we're probably about to wrap up here, so I'll make sure she definitely gets a link for next week. But I'll go ahead and send it to her. Give me 1 second here.
You can jump in and say hello and then jump back out. I'd love to get on.
While John's doing that, what is everybody doing this week or has done this week?
Man, I don't know about anybody else, but soccer starts next week, so that's what I'm doing all weekend. I'm working on strategies and tactics.
That's right. You're coaching, right?
Yep. Tryouts for the school start next week. My rec team starts next week. The Premier League season starts tomorrow. I'm excited. It's going to be a good season. And if you're looking for a good show to watch, Ted Lasso's back on. So,
how about
I like Ted Lasso.
Dude, this fourth season is off to a roaring start. Sorry, Jeff.
Yeah, how about business-wise? What's happening with you and your company?
Man, we're staying steady. That's you know, a lot of what I do is platforms. So quarter 2 and quarter 3 are my biggest quarters of the year. We'll see what the fall holds.
How about you, Spencer?
Oh, you're talking about me? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it is your show that we kind of took over, so I apologize about that, Spencer.
Okay.
The other Spencer.
I love it. I love the no, just got a few things to work on with the coffee and cigar. Really trying to make a push. I got some phone calls for a cigar for trying to get in some cigar lounges, some cigar, bars, wine, cigar shops, stuff like that. To really, push it. Had a call yesterday from a lady in Florida who's in the ocean freight industry. They just got a bunch of coffee, and she's getting ready to order a bunch of cigars and stuff for her bosses, and they want to do it for like their golf tournaments, things like that. Talk about some discounted prices for stuff like that. But yeah, just
Hey, Narc, by your request, she's actually here now.
Oh
Jimmy
shit.
has joined us.
Hi, friend.
What's up, Shimmigans?
Shimmy's up with her shenanigans.
Unfortunately, and this is
Never.
Shimmy, this is not because of you, but I have to go. I'm going to be late for my appointment, so.
I forgive you this time.
Hey, you know what? Show up earlier next time. We don't care if it's dark outside.
I'll make sure she's got a link.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
All right, man.
See ya.
Howdy, fellas.
Hey,
How you doing, Shim?
Oh, I'm lovely. I'm just heading to work. I decided to stay in bed a little longer. John tried waking me up. It didn't work.
Well, hey, at least I tried. So there you go, Spencer. I actually tried.
You get 3 out of 5 days to wake me up early, you fucker.
We have
You're
to
welcome.
prepare for next week.
Oh, I can't say cuss words otherwise.
yes.
I'm
Please be
on-
more-
We're
I'm
going to get somebody
ladylike.
coming and complaining.
It's unladylike,
Yeah, that's it, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Shimmy, please be more ladylike.
Oh, it's crazy. On our show yesterday, we had some guy complaining about the fact that she drops F-bombs and how myself and our other co-host are professional, even though we're still dropping F-bombs. No, there's no misogyny there whatsoever. No, none whatsoever. No double standard there.
We're in trucking and transportation.
No one's
I've
ever heard me
never,
talk before.
you know, you're gonna have a potty mouth.
It's wild.
in this industry.
Jeff, I have something for you. I'm so excited. Well, okay, it's for me, for you. For me, for you. I showed John yesterday. I'll show you tomorrow. I can't show it to you today. It's at home. I'll show you tomorrow.
Oh, okay. All right. So, if you don't know what we're talking about our new show, Do You Even Freight, on Kiss This Media. So please be sure to check that out. 8:00 Central Time tomorrow. If you're on the West Coast, it's 6 a.m. bright and early before the sun rises for Miss Shimmy. So, at that fun time. But we are live at that time, 3 days a week.
I have a very special coffee tomorrow for Jeff, so I'm pretty excited. If you're not, if you don't watch Jeff, it's okay. I'll take a picture.
I watch.
I'd say Jeff's usually there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the thing we talked about after the show yesterday. Oh, good. Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Spencer, how's the cigar stuff going?
Pretty good. I've already actually already.
I can't hear him.
You can't hear him?
Nope, I can only hear you actually.
Oh, geez. Okay. Can you hear Jeff?
Nope.
No.
Okay, you probably need to go out and come back in then, if you want to be able to hear us.
I think you guys are probably hopping off anyway. I just wanted to say hi, and I need to go through and get my 6 shots of coffee. So.
Fair enough, Shimmy. I'll make sure you have a link for this next week, though. Okay.
I love y'all. Bye.
Be safe.
See ya.
You can't hear me, so. Anyway, Bill.
They all say be safe and have a good day.
She's gone. Yeah, we'll get her on next week. Her and I are working on a couple of things for cigar stuff. She's going, but she actually wants some cigars to smoke. I already had one this morning. I had one.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So when she, myself, and Kevin are the co-hosts, all get together, I will make sure you know that because we're trying to find a time for all of us to actually appear in one place and do a show live together. We'll do it smoking your cigars.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 3 or 4 days, so
I'm down for that.
Yeah, and then eventually
I'd love
we'll
to
be coming out with the Road Dog Cigar podcast too one day.
I'd have to do that from outside. My wife would never let me do it inside, and she probably is not going to want me to do it at all. So I'm going to have to hide it from her. She hates it when I smoke. I'll have to come back inside, wash my laundry, get a shower afterwards, so she can't smell it when she gets home.
Empty a bottle of cologne on yourself.
Assuming the cats or dogs don't give me away. The last time I smoked a cigar, within a couple of days that she found out about, it was because my cat was sniffing at my beard. And she's like, "Why are you sniffing at your beard?" She leaned over, sniffed my beard. "Were you smoking?" Shit.
Hey, that's the beautiful thing about being single. I don't have to worry about that stuff. Even if I wasn't single, I still wouldn't be worrying about it. So
I don't worry about it when I travel. When I travel, it's nothing. That hotel I like to stay at in Phoenix, there's usually a balcony on the room, and I usually go out on that balcony and enjoy cigars at night. But of course, not in the last couple of months because it's been too ungoddamn holy hot out there. Even at night, you step outside, you burst into flame.
Yeah, the last couple of days it's been like 90, but the humidity's been low, thank God. So it's not been too bad.
No, it hasn't been bad here in Florida either. But Phoenix, it's 120 degrees ambient.
Mm-hmm.
That's That's fucking
kind
hot.
of heat, though. It's a different kind of suppressive heat.
Yes, it is a different kind of heat. I mean, at 90 degrees there, you're comfortable walking around anywhere. You're not sweating, and it's as if it's 70 in the southeast. So, I mean, I agree. It's a different kind of heat. It's just holy fucking crap at 120. It is goddamn brutal. And yes, you're a burst into flame as soon as you step outside.
Yeah, no doubt.
With you.
Either that, or I need to stop conversing with the devil. Perhaps I'm in too close proximity when I'm over there. I don't know.
Yeah, he'll burn you. Be careful with that.
He'll burn you. Yeah, that's for sure.
I got to stay away from holy water.
No, maybe you need a lot more.
This from a Grand Knight of Columbus.
Yes.
I got
trust me, I don't talk about religion or politics. You'll never ever really hear me saying that. I did that a long time ago, and it's not worth it, man. It's not worth it or anything like that. So that's off limits for me. I made that a point, like I said, 7 to 8 years ago, because I used to be pretty hot in a lot of topics, and I said, you know what, I'm not wasting my time anymore. So.
And that's a good thing.
It is.
I don't like getting into politics in any way, shape, or form, and I don't like getting into religion either. Now,
they're having a freaking man. What's going up in Dearborn right now with all the craziness up there? Yes, it's insane.
I'm not going to comment.
Holy crap!
I'm going to have to look that up because I have no freaking clue what you're talking about.
Yeah, wait until you read it. Wait until you read it. Yeah.
You got the bikers up there. I mean, I hadn't seen it's just been a lot of arguing and stuff back and forth. I'm sure they've had their few scuffles here and there, but I mean, it's a big deal. I mean, it's a lot of shit going on in Dearborn right now.
Well, with that being said, we've been here almost an hour and a half. We probably ought to go ahead and start wrapping up.
We do need to.
Jeff, what do you have going on this weekend? What's up with you? What kind of plugs you got, et cetera, et cetera?
Oh, man. You'd be proud of me, John. I'll just show you this. This
the manuscript
is something that I have been working on. I found another defensive line that has not been discussed in the fight against fraud. I've been working on it all week, and I found a gap, and it's a pretty big one. I'm not going to elaborate on it yet because I'm writing. The NDA is under construction. I wrote the proposal, and I'll launch it probably next week after I have a conversation, but it's going to be added to my Trimos thing. So this is going to push it probably closer to 700 pages now. But it's something, I'll just say it's something that's so overlooked and so practical that I am surprised that nobody, John, has ever looked at it or even thought about it, but it just makes a lot of sense. And then also, what's that?
When you're ready to go public with it, would love to have you on TikTok Diner to talk about it.
Well, yeah, I mean, there might be a collaboration. I'll put it that way. And then
I love collaboration.
Yeah, on my business side, though, got two massive companies that are going to be coming on board that could increase anywhere between like 100 and 140 loads a month.
Ouch!
Which is great. Been working on it for a long time. As you know, I'm not transactional. I will take my sweet ass time to do things right when it comes to scalability and putting in the right people in the right places, right carriers, etc. Because I want to come out of the hole hot. I just don't want to play the guessing game and learn as you go. I want to know everything that needs to be known up front so we can kind of suppress the obstacles, and the problems that come up. And then let's say
my company, that we were strictly transactional. I mean, we had some dedicated truckload stuff, but we were, in expedite, so we were primarily transactional. So,
yeah, it's just too much work.
The thing about it, you never knew what was going to come next.
Exactly.
So I was guessing. So that was kind of the beautiful thing about expedite is, and I was, back in the early days when I was doing all the recruiting and all that and orientation, before we started getting bigger and bigger, I'd always tell drivers, look at it this way: you're in a glorified RV, and you're getting paid to travel the country, and each day is going to be a new adventure. You never know where you're going to go from day to day, just about an expedite, and that's how it was kind of treated,
Yeah. No, it's
new faces every day.
We do spots. We do spots every once in a blue moon, but we know the carriers, and we've done okay in it. I could go full blown out if I wanted to, but it's just not. Yeah. I just like working smarter, not harder, to achieve more in less time. Right. John, you heard me say that a gazillion freaking times, but to each his own. I'm not going to say it's the wrong thing to do. I mean, it's a risky business, definitely all the way. But I just like building those carrier relationships and collaborating with people, because I would rather have a customer stay on board for 6, 7, 8 years, have a little issues, instead of not knowing if they're going to stay on board and who's going to be here next week or not, or whatever. It's just, it's a lot easier to budget and forecast too, So, yeah.
What about you, Jay, man?
Reinvent the wheel all the time. I mean, you gotta constantly create that value add, because you can't stay stagnant. You got to be dynamic, and you have to grow, and you have to explore, and all these other kind of things. And so far it's working. It could go south at any time. I mean, I do realize that this is logistics, and it's a blindsided industry, so you never know what's going to happen next. But I think we're doing the right things, and that's why we're staying in that on that path.
Yeah,
awesome.
Well, I'm going to give you both the math lesson of the day. So 10 plus 10 and 11 plus 11 both equal the same number. You know that?
Okay, I'm lost.
10 plus 10 is what?
It's 20.
And 11 plus 11 is what?
22.
That's right. 11 plus 11 is 22.
Jesus. Okay.
Well,
I don't know about you, John, but hey, have a nice rest of your week, and I'll see you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, for programming notes for everybody. Later on today, the Logistics Lounge is running a special show at a special date. They're doing it today instead of yesterday. Guest for today is Danielle Spinelli, the Fraud Girl. Be sure to check out Pedro with that, even though he's not here with us today. He will be there interviewing Danielle this afternoon at was it 4:00, I believe?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so. I hope his laptop is fixed.
Yeah,
I hope so too, because he may be doing it from a library computer or his wife's laptop. I don't know, but that is expected to happen today. Of course, you have my show, TikTok Diner, now on Tuesdays at noon Eastern time. Be sure to check that out. I do not have the guest identified for this coming week yet. I'm talking to a couple different people, and there have been some schedule shifts, but I'm sure I'll have something lined up by then. Hell, it could be Jeff for all we know if he gets his stuff in gear. And also for myself, be sure to check out the new media group that I'm working with, kissthismedia.com. We do a morning show Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 a.m. Central Time. called Do You Even Freight, hosted by myself, Shimmy Munson, and Kevin Bullock. So be sure to check that out. Actually, we launched that last week, and the numbers have been pretty damn impressive. It's been a really good time. So be sure to check that out. Spencer, any final things with you?
Just everybody be safe and be vigilant. And until next week.
For all of us over here at Road Dog Coffee and the Lounge Media Group, take care, folks. Be safe out there, and we will see you next time. Spencer, what am I supposed to do next?
Roll the bean footage.